Hello, everybody. How are you doing? How is everything going for you right now? I just finished my um, New Earth class, the week 10. We just finished week 10, and then I start the new round next week. But I wanted to do a quick video. I get panicked emails from people, and I want to just kind of remind everybody that what is unfolding is in line with what the guides told us would unfold. So that should bring it's cold comfort, but it's comfort that things are unfolding in the way that the guides said they would, my guides said they would. Um, and I also, at this point, want to just reiterate that I'm just the messenger, right? I'm just the messenger. I'm trying to get the messages there. But what they had said was that the first few weeks well, first let me say, I have some people that are either, if you mention politics, I can't do this. I totally understand that. And then other people that are like, if you don't do politics all the time, I'm not interested. And that is fine too. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. And what I had said was when I feel compelled to kind of put something out, or I feel like there's something the guides want us to know, or my guides want me to kind of share on a bigger format, I will do that. Um, and when it comes, it comes. When it doesn't. That's just going to be the way it is. But so I'm not really in a firm box, kind of in the middle. So anyway, I just wanted to say that. Um, but what they said was that the first few weeks of this administration was going to be shock and awe. Two, try to scare us, make us nervous, make us not know what's going on, get us a kind of shake our equilibrium, right? Shake the ground beneath us so that we kind of don't know what's happening and it's scary. And it is a tactic. It's a tactic to make us back down, right? And be confused, right? And what they said was during this period, what we need to do is get still, go within, right? And it seems like, well, that's the opposite that you want to do. You want to get out there. You want to move out there. You want to get to, it sounds counterproductive to have all this chaos going on and you're going within, right? But there's a reason why. And the reason is because when you go within and you see this, even if you're in a tense situation and you take a couple of deep breaths, right? You get centered. Something happens where you're more in tune. And so when you go inside, what happens is that you get clarity, you get strength, you get more centered so that you aren't shaking all over the place, so that it isn't so confusing. It becomes very doable, controllable. And you begin to also get information about what you should do next, right? A lot of times when you go within, you'll just feel calm. And then you'll feel like, okay, I can put one foot in front of the other. I'm okay. So a calm will come over you. Sometimes you'll feel like, I feel like I need to do something, but what should I do? Go within and sit with that a minute. Take some deep breaths. Let things come to you. Gosh, I feel like I should just call my senator. That's what I should do right now. I've been wanting to, give my time to this particular organization, or I want to give money to this particular organization because I'm worried about it existing or not existing. Things will come to you, right? And it's really important to trust that, to trust what's coming through. when we have periods of, of upset, of, of fear, it is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to kind of get aligned with that inner knowing, that inner part of us that is connected. It will give us answers and wisdom. If you've ever had the experience, I was just talking about this a couple of weeks ago, if you've ever had the experience of being in an emergency and everybody around you is kind of in emergency mode and you become very calm and very focused. If you've ever had that experience, or when something shocking has happened and you become very calm and very focused, that is that you're aligning with that the spirit, right? You're aligning with your higher self. And all of a sudden, information starts to flow and you remember that CPR class you took 10 years ago, or you remember so-and-so's phone number, or you remember, this is what you do when, an earthquake happens. It's like information starts flooding in. And that's what we're talking about when you're talking about getting aligned. It's that calm, but also that hooking into something wiser, something that knows, and something that isn't rattled and isn't afraid, but has that knowledge that they can impart in that moment. And that's your spirit. Your spirit is it's not detached, but it's non-attached. There's non-attachment there. And detached is what you kind of go in when you're in shock and you pull away. It's like you're pulling away from the situation. Non-attachment is just that kind of feeling of calm, but also not attached to an outcome. You're not being drawn into the drama, right? You're kind of looking at it more from a distance and seeing kind of the whole picture. It's just different. That's just different. But I wanted to remind you of that, right? Also, but also to tell you something that came through. It was very interesting in a meditation session. And I will pose it to you like this. So it was posed a little bit different to me, but I'm going to pose it to you like this. If this were a movie that started in 2016, where in the movie are we? Where do you think we are? Where I think we are is we're in that moment in the movie when it's the climax or the crescendo where everything's going wrong. And it's like, oh no, how will they ever figure this out? Or how will this ever come together? But the important part of this is that the crescendo of the movie, or that kind of point in the movie, comes right before the resolution, right? Right before everything's okay. Everything turns around and is somehow everything's okay. I want you to just keep that in mind, because for the longest time, I felt like, oh, we're starting all over again. Oh, and then I would think that's not right. For some reason, that does not feel right. And then this message came in that you're not at the beginning of a new movie, you're at the end of the old movie. You're at the end. It feels like, oh, he's back. It's this part in the movie where the villain returns and he brings all his friends and and it's crazy. Everything's going wrong. What are we ever going to do? It's like that. And so I just want you to keep that in mind as this all unfolds, right? And also keep in mind one of the messages that came through, which is that this is to bring us all together. All of this is to bring us all together. The country has been split for a very long time. And as much as we've tried to prove this is who this person is, to prove this person is defrauding you, to prove this person is this and this person has done this, we haven't been believed, right? It's like, you know, this very defiant, I just won't believe what you're telling me. I have to find out in my own time, in my own way, right? And that's what we're going to see. And that is also why it is really important to, when those openings happen, to be there to move it forward, right? We talked about this, about how we're going to see openings from people. I just read or read it, or actually Cassie read it to me, I should say. Cassie's here. She read me the Reddit. And this guy said, my mother, who has been a staunch supporter of Trump, staunch supporter, just said to me, he's crazy. He needs to be removed. And he's like, what? And she starts talking about all the things she's uncomfortable with that are happening. And he said, I, of course, said, I told you so. But this is a mother and son, right? But we're going to have these openings, and to be able to help guide the process, right? And this is hard. It's going to be hard for people, because a lot of this is the reason it's gone on so long is that pride, but it's also brainwashing. Let's just call it what it is, right? And as the stuff wears off, or it comes home to roost, or it's visited upon them, the the sun comes in, right? The sun breaks through. And those are our opportunities to say, yeah, you got it right. That's right. Right. And we're gonna need to at some point talk about how we got here. And I'm sure this period of history is going to be looked at over and over and over again. But what's going to happen is we are all going to come together in common cause, right? And we'll move forward together. And it's all to get us all on the same page, not just us, but the world on the same page, to then help the earth, to move us forward, and as humanity, right? And as our connection to the earth grows and deepens, realizing we're not separate from it, right? It's us. We're all one, and it's one with us as well. And getting there will be, as they said, it's a shorter road, but it's a bumpier road. It's going to be filled with kind of a lot of crazy twists and turns, right? But 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 notice how how this is going, and notice how it's unfolding. I did see a ton of people hitting the streets, so that is coming. And I know that there's all of a sudden kind of a surge with the Democrats, a surge moving forward. And this has also been about them finding their strength and their voice in a different way. And it's this time period, it's about so many things, right? Because it's also about our systems that have not been serving most people for a really long time. They need to be changed and looked at, and yeah, and have things maybe different, and because of how the world works now, right? We have social media now. We have different kinds of weapons now. It's like it's not the same world that it was when the Constitution was written. It's all different. So maybe we need to look at this, and then we also have systems. You know, our medical system that needs to be fixed and revised, our justice system that needs to be looked at and revised, our prison system, I mean, goes on and on and on and on, right? And so all of these things are kind of cracking open and showing us their flaws and the dark bits, right? All of the dark stuff, everything's coming out, right? And but it's not just to make us feel bad or to make us feel scared. It's to fix it, to heal, to see it, to fix it, and to heal, right? That's what it's meant to be doing. So yeah, so that's what's going on here. And so I hope that you can see that in what's happening, that it's not just like it's utter chaos. There's something going on here that is much bigger and much broader than just who's in office. There's something else happening here. Um, Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna leave you with that, but I just wanted to reiterate to go watch the videos that I've done prior to this one, to that talks more about the storm and about all of the things that are going to be happening, because it's all there. And also what to do, how to get through it, right? Um, I really And don't take my word for it. Try it. Try it for a day, just staying out of the news, not just maybe reading something in the morning to get and something, later on to just so you know what's going on. And then the rest of the time, do things you love, do things you enjoy. If you go to work, putting a plant by your desk and putting your earphones in at lunchtime, listening to music, kind of creating an atmosphere of ease, of joy, of quiet, um, and and see how your vibration feels at the end of the day. See if your sleep isn't better, if you aren't just have a better, are able to kind of have a kind of a better perspective on things. Try it. Try it yourself, because if you're gonna run down, follow every rabbit down every rabbit hole, you're gonna exhaust yourself. You're gonna exhaust yourself, and it's gonna be unmanageable, right? We don't want that to happen. We need everybody, right? So, you know, I'm not in any way saying ignore everything around you. There's ways to know what's happening, but still be living mostly in joy, mostly in peace, mostly in stillness or quiet, or with family, with pets, uh, enjoy those things, yeah. So anyway, I hope this helps to kind of just re-emphasize a few things, and I hope you guys are doing well. I will see you on Sunday. I'll be back on Sunday, and we will have another session for for that. And thank you for checking out Harry Brown's channel, Harry Hart Brown. He was thrilled that he's had a really nice things to say about me, about the channel, about you guys on his last video. And it's just nice, and it's just a fun, really just a happy channel, and he's a happy guy. So thank you for supporting him. So, all right, everyone, take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.